Hello, one and all. Welcome to the Voice in the Wilderness. I'm Prophetess Merlin Mason, the voice that crieth in the wilderness, preparing the way of the Lord and make his path straight. I am here with a warning just for you guys, and I pray that you will take heed. It is the 17th of July where I'm at, and at 4 a.m. I woke up from a dream in which I was in Jamaica in this dream. And while I was in Jamaica, I saw a huge amount of people standing on the side of the road from one end to the next. And while they were there standing, they were like looking for taxi to go in town, because it was a case of emergency. So now I go there and I stand with them trying to get a taxi to go to get food stuff and things like that. But while I was there standing, I realized that I have a car. What am I doing here? So I then run with my son because he was with me in the dream. I run with him to search for my car wherever it was. And we got the car and then we go and we buy our stuff. Now, in that dream, when we came back, it was a huge amount of food stuff. You know them black supermarket grocery bags. It was those. I did not have place enough to store it in my house. It was a huge amount of food items in the bag. Now, me and my son go inside of the house and we forgot that the food is in the car that we need to take them out. Now, when I look on my watch, the time was going so fast. It was like 10 minutes. 10 minutes leave for us to get the food out the car in the house. However, I tell my son, let's go, let's go. He's moving slow, so I start to go and I take in bags, all 10 bags in my hands and throwing them in the house. I just throwing bags in the house. At the end of it, when I throw all the bags in the house, I could not get the door lock. I started to panic. Now, the reason for all of this was the land was in great darkness and the time was upon us. We were going to face great darkness. In other words, gross darkness was upon the face of the earth, was upon the land in that moment in the dream. But for some reason in my house, there was light. There wasn't any darkness. So while I see the minute run out and the time, that's when the darkness was going to hit. But it's like I know the time. It was now for now. You understand? It wasn't tomorrow or when. It was now for now. And we managed to come in and close the door and throw all the food them aside. We have to walk over them and stuff like that because there was so much of food. We didn't have place to store them. In the dream, when I came back in my house, I saw lamps and cursing oil. No, I don't know where those came from because I did not buy it and I couldn't tell when I see a lamp in my life. The only time I see lamp is when I'm a little girl. Now, in this dream, a lot of people get caught up in the darkness. Why? They did not listen when God sent his prophet or prophetess to warn you. You did not listen. You take this for granted and you play deaf ears to it and turn up blind eyes to what the prophet and prophetess have been saying to you. Please, beloved children of God, do not be like the foolish virgin, but instead be like the wise virgin. When the bridegroom arrives, do not get left behind, because that is what happened to the foolish virgin. When the bridegroom cometh, the foolish virgin did not have oil in their lamp. Then they have to go to look for oil. By the time they get back, the bridegroom come, take the virgin that was ready with oil in their lamp, and off they goes. Now, those foolish virgins get left behind because they were foolish. They was not prepared like the wise virgin. This is what is going to happen to some of you guys. The Lord then bring this scripture to me, which I did in videos before. And I'm going to share it with you again so that you see I'm not here making up stories, looking for fame or likes or none of that. I don't care none of that. If it live up to me, I do not come on social media. So I'm going to read the scriptures for you. And it goes as this. Exodus 10, reading from verse 21 to 23. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hands towards the heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. Now, that explains why I have light in my house, even though it was darkness. Right through the darkness, there was light in my house. I have light in my house, and I didn't know how. I didn't have to light kerosene oil, lamp, or candle, or any of that. It have light in my house. So, beloved, take heed of what the Lord is saying. In the dream, we could not leave anything outside, because if we leave anything outside, they are going to be destroyed. Whatever it was coming to destroy people, things, and places. Only those that are in God, as you hear the scriptures state, only those that are in God will have light in their dwellings. If you are not on the Lord's side, now is the right time for you to do so, for the coming of the Lord is at hand. Be ye prepared. Do not be like the foolish virgin. Be like the wise one. Take heed, beloved children of God. In the dream, I have so much of food, huge amount of food and stuff that I needed. And I couldn't even give to family members or anything because they were not close to me. My house wasn't big enough to store all the food I receive. In my house, I didn't have time to block up windows and everything. All I could have done is draw the lintel. In other words, draw my curtain. But I have thick curtains at my windows. So I just draw them and I just stay inside quietly with my son. Take heed, beloved children of God. It's 5 a.m. here where I'm at. I don't have time for waste. I could have been sleeping in my bed. But the Lord urged me to do this video now. So I pray that you will not turn a deaf ears to this, but instead you will listen what the Spirit of the Lord is saying, and you will have a receptive heart to receive, thus saith the Lord. I am not my own. I did not send myself. I did not choose to do this. God sent me to deliver this message to you. So my prayer is that you take heed before it is too late. Now, bye for now.